Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It is the 9th of August, 2022. Hard Knocks starts tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about y'all, but I am extremely excited. It's just, football season's here, and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to rock. Behind the scenes, the man running the boards, producer James, is in the building. How you doing, sir?
I am wrong guy. There you go.
Oh, you had it right, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm doing good.
Good, man. I'm good. I see you got that white tee on. You taking back 2005. I see you.
Taking it easy.
Hey, man. You ain't got that tall tee. You ever do that?
No.
You ever a part of that?
No, not me.
Okay. I used to work at a place, and a lot of the kids who were teenagers, which was kind of weird because they were teenagers, and I was like 20. So we we're that far removed. Yeah, and they would all just wear like tall tees. I'm like, you got a 5X, and you're like 140
I bet West did.
Speaking of, the man of the DF Dub.
West did what?
Hey, you got that part leaning to the left today? Or is that the right? Is it the left? It's probably...
Usually I wear a hat. But West usually did what?
Did you wear tall tees? Remember tall tees in the
No, I didn't really wear that baggy of clothes. I was kind of a preppy dude. Like junior high dude, I wore nothing but polos. Long sleeve polos, polo shirts.
Long sleeve
I was
polos,
like
too.
a polo dude.
All right. You just had on your Sunday best, Easter best every day, huh?
Yeah, and then high school, I still never wore anything that baggy. My mom wouldn't allow that. She didn't like that. Like, pull your britches up, boy. Yeah. So
you look like you've been coaching today or something.
Yeah, man. You look like you've been really busy. What are you up to?
Is that a whistle around your neck?
No, that's my boy's ashes. Scott C.
Word.
Rest in peace.
There you go.
No, I've been running around. I had a few airport runs.
All right.
So, running around doing that, and then you got to go pick up for cheer. And, it takes so long, man. You can't. Anyway.
Hey, why don't you do that, Wes? Go ahead and plug the business. Plug your business real quick.
Well, my business is J2 Transportation.
There it is.
Mainly, I drive for Suntex Marinas, which is an up and coming company right now. They're really doing big things around the country. They got like 60-some marinas across the country. I mainly drive for the CEO.
Shout out.
And that kind of thing. So they keep me pretty busy. They're always out of town, going to the marinas, or they got people flying in. So I'm in and out of DFW. I don't go to Love Field that much. I go to Love Field probably once or twice a month. But yeah, man, that's what I do, bro.
Well, if you ever in the need,
Lincoln.
Yeah, if y'all ever in the need for high-end luxury transport, get at J2 Transportation. I'm pretty sure we'll probably leave a contact phone number for professional inquiries only, y'all. This is some big time stuff. This ain't no lightweight stuff. But we'll get some contact, maybe some information for the people if they're ever in the DFW and they need transport. We'll send them your way. But Wes is in the building, sir. I like to see you without the cap every now and then. It's a good change of pace. I see you. I see you got the little hamburger trying to show out a little bit, bringing it 1980 style. We appreciate you joining us, man.
What I got?
You got that little hamburger meat showing out a little bit,
I ain't got no chest hair. I can't grow any chest hair.
Oh, man, you never know. I thought maybe you were one of those. I thought maybe you were like a swimmer.
Hair. I can't even grow facial hair.
I thought maybe you were like a swimmer and you want that like aerodynamic flow through the water.
Dude, I can't grow facial hair, but compared to like most of my friends my age, I have a pretty good hairline. So hey, man, I'm gonna grow my hair up here as long as I can.
Respect. Hey, so speaking of. Producer James is a runner, y'all. He is. You participate in many a 5K. Is that right?
Yeah.
Many a 5K. When I was in school, the distance runners, they all shave their legs. Do you shave your legs?
I do not. It's funny that you asked me that because my stepson just he joined cross country.
Oh, okay, congratulations.
And he was like walking down the porch, and I was out there, and I was looking at his legs, and I was like, "Did you shave your legs?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "There's nothing wrong if you do." I was like, I personally never have, and I got hairy legs. And I was like, I know all the cross country runners like shave their legs and stuff like that, but Back then I was like I ain't,
Yeah, it just was frowned upon.
I ain't shaving my legs.
Yeah, it was just frowned
But
upon.
I mean, obviously I'm grown. I don't know if there's some sort of competitive edge for that or some sort of reasoning.
I noticed you post. Well, I think it's some kind of like airflow kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
It's guys with shorts because I know I never did it because I can't grow hair. Like my hair wasn't that big of a deal, but I know a lot of guys on the basketball team definitely shaved. They used to do nair.
Nair, yeah, I remember.
I remember my best friend, dude. He would do freaking nair, and he lived with me. One of my buddies, Jerome Lagrange, man, he would do nair.
Man, you gotta put him out like that.
God.
Oh well, he's passed
first
on,
and last name,
but he was my homie, dude. He could ball though. They went to the state semifinals and lost to Trey Young's dad.
Oh, really?
Rayford Young, yes.
Cool.
Rayford Young lit him up, dude.
So this was a basketball player. This was a basketball player.
My buddy, yeah, he was a basketball player. And I know swimming guys do it.
Yeah, so swimmers do it a lot, yeah.
But I think it's swimming, it is an advantage, though.
Well, I think so, too. But a lot of those guys, they wear those suits now. And like in the Olympics, you see them wear like almost like leggings, but I'm sure, or like a wetsuit is probably a better analogy. Yeah. I don't know, man.
If you're going to wear those, it'd probably be good to shave, too, though.
Yeah, I would assume so. But anyways, back in my day, I got a bunch of stories about certain, muscle cream relaxers being put in certain kind of shorts and pranks, and I ain't giving the details. Damn sure ain't gonna give no names. But yeah, we would, you man to mess around. Sometimes people got picked on. It's just the way the real world was.
That was all you.
Hey man, listen. I do now. I just stirred a pot.
Nah, you're all like, because I know for sure you weren't a runner. So you're like, let's go fuck with the runners.
Wow.
No. Here's the deal.
Makes sense, right, Wes?
Here's the deal.
We had big man relay.
Hey, I had a mad crush on the cross country runner, but like she.
What was his name?
Nah, please, sir, please. Anyways, get back to the point. It was like
nothing wrong with that though. If you did.
Oh, how pun intended, right? He would run with it. Of course he would. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, man. Mainly we just picked on each other. Especially like if it was in the locker room, it's just kind of how the things went down.
Well, like I've said before,
I'm staying away from a certain word that starts with an H, just so y'all know.
But like I said, dude, growing up playing sports, when you went to away games, the dudes that had the light skin, they set up close to the coaches. The dudes that were going to talk noise, you're going to make fun of, we sat at the back of the bus. And everything was open, dude. They used to they used to light me up. But I lit people up too, though.
You needed an extra light, yeah.
But I made friends with like one of the biggest dudes around, one of the baddest dudes around. Luckily he was like one of my best friends, still one of my best friends, Fazell something. Like that's why I probably never got beat up because that dude had my back, and he was scary big in junior high, and then he stopped growing. Like he was so much bigger than everybody else in junior high, and like then now,
how big? How big are we talking about?
Dude, Frizzell, he was ginormous in junior high. He had to been in junior high. He was probably
6 foot.
No, he wasn't 6 foot, but he was probably like 5'9". But he was just like he was big. Like he was like we go in the weight room, and this dude has got. On the bench, he's got 45s on each side, plus probably like a 25, and he's benching that.
Throwing up 180. Throwing up 185 in junior high. That's some weight,
dude. I'm telling you,
that's
dude.
Some weight.
And like he got into some fights, dude. They were usually like he gave him a 2-piece and they were done.
Hey, bro. Sometimes all you need.
So, hey, you remember that game, Open Chess?
Yes.
Did I play it? So this is how hard this dude hit. They quits on this game because he got this dude so hard they had to call the EMS.
What?
The dude couldn't breathe. And this is junior high. He's hitting this hard, and he lit this dude up, and they were like, "Yeah, no more Open Chess." If we see y'all doing whatever, like, you're gonna be in trouble. But yeah.
The kids still get down like that sometimes. Anyways, getting back to your bus story. When I played, like, I'm pretty sure West supreme athletes like ourselves, not really. You probably made varsity as what, like a freshman?
I went to private school as a freshman.
Oh, my bad. I know you were hoity-toity like that. All I'm saying is I made varsity. I made varsity sport. I'm sorry, you were on scholarship in high school. I apologize.
No, I made varsity, but I didn't play. So in basketball, I actually got to play all 3 games. So I would play the freshman game, start JV, and then I would just sit basically on the bench on the varsity. Every once in a while, I got in. They put me in it. We played against Dallas Lincoln.
All right, stinking Lincoln. Here we go again. My point is that when I balled, the youngsters had to sit at the front. So when I was a sophomore on varsity, I had to sit up in front of the coaches. The starters, they all sat at the back of the bus. And so when I became a junior, then I sat at the back of the bus. But because I was like the only underclassman on the D line, I didn't get, like, I still was like the little kid, right? I was still like the little brother. But still, I was at the back. And so, it was kind of funny to see seniors who are like in front of you just be like, something about you can talk smack to a senior when you're a sophomore on varsity because, like, they got to be there. It's just a different kind of thing. Not the 2-mile horn thing. Just kind of tell how it was. Y'all may not think this was an athletic body, but at one time, I whipped your ass. I'm just going to put it like that. It's a new day, though. It's a new day.
Yes,
James is the long distance runner for all of us. That's all I got to know. This dude be running how many? You running like 4 or 5 miles a day?
Well, actually, I'm like kind of taking it easy this week.
No. You're recovering. That's what you're doing. You're recovering.
Yeah, for sure. I got up to about like 3.5. About 4. I'll be doing 4.
He's doing 4 miles in 100-degree heat.
No, I didn't. I hated running in high school.
Ironically.
And I didn't start running until after high school, and I didn't start like long distance running until like maybe like 5-6 years ago because I would always go out and just always try and like I didn't know about running training. All I knew like weight training, but I didn't know like that you can train while you're running. This dude at work gave me the best piece of advice. He was like, just slow it down, man. Just bring it down to, because I was hauling ass. I was always trying to just do better than I did the day before. And so I just slowed it down to about like 10 minutes a mile, and I started running 2 miles, 3 miles, Yeah.
But are you trying to run faster miles, or are you just trying to run longer?
Yeah, that's my thing because I know like you're not supposed to like go hard every day, but I like to go hard every day. Like I like to push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
and what are you running on?
Just pavement on the road.
So you running streets?
Yeah. I got a little.
Some people actually get to a track, and it's totally different.
Oh yeah.
It's a totally different feeling.
Yeah, having a little bromance over here. It's nice to see y'all getting along.
I go to the track. We can relate to something.
Finally.
I do go to the track here and there, but if I'm gonna, which I've been meaning to go sometime soon to go see how fast my mile has improved. And so my stepson started running as well. So, and he said that he's been running 3 miles, where I ran with him like a few months back and he couldn't even get out one. And he's saying, I kind of doubt it. He's like, yeah, I'm around like 30 minutes a mile. And I'm like, that's where I'm at right now. And so I'm like, all right, we'll see.
How many minutes a mile?
Oh, no. 30 minutes for like 3 miles and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. That's what I meant.
3 miles,
Like
30 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes, yeah.
That's
10-minute
fast.
mile.
That's fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty
I mean, for your age and
He said his buddies in cross
you've never
country.
been running.
Yeah, his buddy's been in cross country, and he does it in like 19 minutes. And I'm like, dude, I believe that shit.
All right. Let's get into some sports news. Let's go ahead and transition over. Enough of this.
No, wait. Hold on.
Gym class heroes over here. Wes, we're getting into some sports, bro. What do you got to say? What do you got to say?
All right, just let me finish. No, we used to do that for off-season basketball. We would have to run miles. And then we had to do it in basketball shoes. So it was tougher, but yeah, we used to have to do probably about 8-minute miles. I got into track late. If I would have gave the effort in track, if I did basketball, I probably would have did a lot better. But I used to do the 800. I went to regionals, but
Sounds like if
track
you
is
give more
fun.
effort
Track
with
needs some
everything,
funner, but
you
track
would be a
practice
lot better
sucks.
off.
Track practice sucks.
All right, moving on.
All right, Colin. Whatever.
ESPN no longer in. God, can we mute him, please? He's just killing me.
Oh, man.
Just killing me, Smalls. Every time I open my mouth. ESPN has moved on from talks of the Big Ten with the new TV deal. So what's moved on happily is CBS is taking over, and they will be reportedly taking a 7-year deal, $350 million project, which will be broadcasting the Big Ten's game. Additionally, NBC will be paying an additional $350 million to carry Big Ten games as well. I don't know why ESPN is getting out of the deals. The previous deal was a $55 million deal, and it was reported that Big Ten wanted $380 million for a 7-year deal from ESPN, which they declined, which they parlayed that into $700 million. I don't know how you get two networks to pay $350, but the Big Ten was able to do that. So you'll see them now. You'll probably see a share of Big Ten games on Fox, ABC, and NBC. Not NBC, but CBS and NBC. Shocking news. Is that crazy? I mean, these kids are getting big money now. Now we're talking about one conference, and it's not even the premier conference with the Big Ten, getting $700 million from two major broadcast outlets. Is this big news, or is this, I mean, this to me feels like a lot of money going into, 12 schools right now, soon to be 14, with USC and UCLA. We know this deal doesn't really get done without those two new teams. Just to say.
I don't think it's that big of news, but I also think that you're going to see some things changing up because of these contracts that these conferences are going to get.
Like
and
what?
You're going to see. I think that you're going to see the remaining teams of the Pac-12, Big 12 try to get into one of these. I really think we're going towards SEC versus the Big Ten, and then the rest is just going to be basically lower level mid-major teams.
We kind of see this going into either going to be 3 mega conferences, which is going to be either the premier programs like that are left out, Clemson, Notre Dame, maybe a couple of schools from the Pac-12, and then those are going to be in the Big Ten. And then you're going to have, of course, the SEC dominating with the teams they have. And then all the other schools that are left may just trickle and form their own conference. But there may be a time where we see, it may be like I don't want to say an auction per se, but there could just be, just a run on schools. Like if it was me, I would definitely want I think you definitely want Oregon if you're a conference, just because of Nike.
Oh, you want Clemson.
Yeah, but that's what I'm kind of saying. Clemson, Notre Dame, those are kind of, I think they're going to follow wherever the money's going to be at the most. And that's they're going to wait. And they're going to wait out to see who gets who. But right now, I think the deal with the Big Ten that locked up the $350 million deal with CBS and NBC, Notre Dame has a standing contract with NBC where they're going to be on TV every single week just because it's Notre Dame. And I don't know how they parlayed that, but they did. That's why they can kind of remain independent. So I'm kind of curious to see who's going to get the teams, who's going to get here's an example, who's going to get the Syracuse teams, who's going to get the teams like Miami, who's going to get the teams like Florida State. They got the reputable name, but they haven't been successful in decades, Wes.
Well, I feel like if you're the SEC, I think you have to go after the ACC team.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to bring you up better. That's going to bring you up in basketball. And so then if they get a lot of those ACC teams, the SEC will be basically football, basketball, and baseball because of the way things are going. They will. So maybe the Big Ten is going to try to go after them because they kind of see that too. Because if you look at it, man, the football and baseball in the SEC is so dominant, and now you're adding Oklahoma and Texas.
I mean, couldn't we throw track in there too? Because track is
Oh
heavy
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Southeast.
Oh yeah, track. Yeah, you got Texas, LSU, and Arkansas in track.
Mhm.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So, I mean, in the other sports, it's going to be a big deal. You got swimming is going to be big in Texas. So that adds to the SEC. You also have golf for Texas, which is going to be big.
What about
Softball.
volleyball, and softball for Texas? Huge.
Yeah. And and you got some. So you got softball. I think that is going to be huge with Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but now you got UCLA is huge, so they're going to the Big Ten. But I think it's really. I think that maybe as the SEC, I think they have to go after the ACC teams because I think if they get the good ones out of the ACC and maybe still Colorado.
I was thinking like Baylor. I was thinking Baylor, SMU, those kind of teams, those private schools.
I figured Baylor is just. I've just figured Baylor's going to come to SEC at one point.
Yeah.
I think they if they want to stay at their level, I think they have to. So I already consider Baylor. I already consider Oklahoma State coming to the SEC. Now teams like TCU, SMU, I don't know. SMU just had a big deal where they're playing. I believe, at least their football and basketball players for sure, they're paying them the NIL $36,000 a year.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
We talked that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing. I mean, it'd be bad for me, but hopefully that they got them watching it. But I just don't know. Like, is SMU? Can they jump to that level?
They're like a Vanderbilt to me. That's what SMU's. I see Vanderbilt like.
So is that gonna be the third conference where you have, say, SMU, TCU,
Texas
Tech,
mm-hmm. K-State, Kansas, Utah, Arizona, Arizona State,
Cincinnati. I think you got to go to the Big
Ten.
10.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking at what are you gonna do with say a Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt, they're going to stay in the SEC.
I think a team you're kind of thinking about on that East Coast is a team like West Virginia. What do you do with the West Virginia, right?
West Virginia.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the other teams like in Virginia Tech and Blacksburg? Exactly. What are you going to do with a team like North Carolina?
SEC's got to go out to Va-Tech. SEC should want a Va-Tech.
A lot of legacy.
Yeah. But then, I mean, you're looking at also teams like
Maryland's in
on
the
the West
10.
Coast. Who are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with Oregon State?
What are you gonna do with Washington? What are you gonna do with Washington State?
You're gonna Washington State, yeah. I mean, Washington looks good for you for maybe football, basketball, but I mean, I don't know. I think Washington probably be a Big Ten school, but Washington State, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I think there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be left out in the cold, and they're just going to have to go out and form their own market. The hardest thing for them, I think, is going to be to acquire TV deals. And now, unless they can make their money like baseball does, like the MLB, and do regional contracts, like a regional channel is for us is Bally's Sports. It used to be Fox Sports Southwest. If they can get a contract with the teams in Texas. And I mean, I think that would be really special for everybody here to get broadcast and get the attention. But again, it's like, how do you get the conference to build and have relationships with those regional outlets and kind of have a deal done that gives coverage for them? I think it's be extremely difficult, especially when you have a team or you have a conference like the SEC who can come in and say, all right, we're going to go ahead and take all these teams right here. Just for numbers, right? And it's not even because they know they're going to be competitive. They're just going to say, look at how many schools we have and all these sports we can broadcast. We have all this content coming from them. And we know these universities are like pumping out their own digital content, which can all be monetized and bring more money and more revenue to the university. And then, of course, they can just scale it on what numbers they're producing to kind of give that revenue share back to the universities from the conference.
I mean, and you got to figure that a lot of these schools will change when they start to get in. Say you get a Louisville that you get in the SEC, you get a Miami now in the SEC, which has such great history. So maybe those things change and they get back to being powerhouses. But then also you got to look at schools that maybe get left behind. Say like Cal. What are you going to do with say Cal?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because there's going to be plenty of teams on the West Coast that are going to get left out.
And then you got Stanford, which the problem with Stanford is a great school, but you got to start looking into that being able to qualify. So I mean, does Stanford really just stay kind of where they're at, or then do they move up?
Oh, I think the Big Ten would definitely want Stanford in their hat, a feather and a cap like that. I mean, definitely schools that can kind of keep up with it. Purdue is a high-level institution. Boston College, high-level institution. I think BC may be in the ACC. I may be wrong on that one. But getting back to my point is like you have high-end universities. Northwestern is another great prestigious universities. I think it would be smart for the Big Ten to get Stanford in their hat just as a feather personally. Let's get into it. I'll give you the last word, Wes, before we go to a break. Go ahead, sir.
I was just saying, what are you going to do with, say, you got Boise State? I think Boise State's a team that if they get into that Big Ten money, I think maybe they might improve. But also, you look at New Mexico State in basketball. I just think a lot of these teams, are they going to be able to make a third conference if you're in that middle of the road where you would maybe thought you were going to move up to maybe a Big 12? Is the Big 12, can they do anything with the rest of the basically the trash?
I think the Big 12 is going to get split up between the Big 10 and the SEC. I just see it happening that way, and I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to stop them. And there may be even teams that get, scooped up with like an SEC. I think a team that comes to mind who's on the up and coming is UTSA. I think they're number one. They're a high level university, not only academically, but I think they have a huge venue in the Alamo Dome that hosts a college bowl every year, and I think they have a good head coach and recruiting that could easily just swoop up. Unfortunately, I think they're gonna surpass my team in Texas State because they just don't do the numbers yet. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see what the fallout's gonna be. We know where everything's going. We know it's a 2 super mega conference future, but the fallout is what I'm kind of waiting to see. Who's going to be left out in the cold, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think.
Because what are you going to start doing with these bowl games? Because these bowl games are starting to get.
It's going to be more money, bro. I think it's going to be way more money. But also,
are you going to move a lot of these teams that are maybe D1? Are they going to move down to where they're not that high up? I think if they get left behind, they're going to be teams that are basically going to maybe have to go to D2 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think there's enough teams that are going to be left around the country. There's easily going to be 30 to 40 teams left out, and at the mid-range and Power 5. There's going to be some teams like we used to call the Power 5. There's going to be teams that are going to be left out. I think Texas Tech will be left out. I think a team like TCU will be left out. Arizona State will be left out. West Virginia will be left out. So those teams like that, they're going to be left out for a reason, for whatever it is. And I think they'll go ahead and, get a co-op going so that they can kind of build on just their names, and somebody's going to put them on TV. It's just who is it going to be? And as far as the bowl games, I wouldn't be surprised in the future if we start seeing – instead of we have a sponsor for the game, we have 2 sponsors sponsoring each team, and that game will be hosted by both corporations. That's kind of what I see in the future. I think that'd be interesting to see. I don't know if it's going to be what happens, but I could see 2 companies combining together and share. Think about it. If you and another company partnered and y'all run ads on this bowl game back to back to back, sounds like money to me. Yeah. Sounds like money.
You can even make it a rivalry company.
Yeah,
good. You got the AT&T Bowl versus Sprint.
Yeah, could be something like that for sure. 22 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock currently, 8:02 currently. Let's get into a break. Producer James has a special One Gotta Go premiering today that he's going to be having queued up after we get into the break. But hopefully, oh yeah, that music brings a little smile to Wes's face. I like that. But give us a couple of minutes, maybe about 5 or 6 when we come back. I'm looking forward to this special One Gotta Go by Producer James. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is That Show. New information coming into the studio. Ex-NFL running back Marshawn Lynch has been arrested on a suspicion of DUI in Las Vegas last evening. It was reported that Lynch set bail, and he made bail set at $3,300, which is probably not that much money, but for him at least. Says that this is per Fox News. Take it for what it is. NFL former running back Marshawn Lynch was arrested in Las Vegas Tuesday on suspicion of driving under the influence. Officers stopped Lynch at Fairfield Avenue and West Utah Avenue and determined that Lynch was impaired and conducted an arrest. Lynch's bail was set at $3,300. USA Today reported, citing prison records, he was cited for failure to refuse/surrender, a failure to drive in a travel lane, and the vehicle he was driving was not registering, which it could have been a rental car. That doesn't mean anything. But yeah, sucks for Marshawn. I don't know what he was doing. Why don't professional athletes have drivers, Wes? Why don't they have drivers?
I don't know. I mean, hey, what was it? Chris Carter told him a while ago, you need to have a fall guy.
Fall guy. For real. I just don't get it. Like,
but
and here's the other thing. It's like, there's no Ubers. Do we not have
I think it's ego.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Ego. It's like, hey, I'll drive myself. I don't need this, or like with the unfortunately with the kid with the Raiders.
Yeah,
he's just probably trying to show off his car.
Yeah,
and was drunk. But yeah, if they got good people in their camp, they're gonna tell them, hey, you need to get a driver.
Let me get my Herm Edwards moment. Let me get my Stephen A moment and tell professional athletes, get a driver. Get a driver. Just get a damn driver. You do not need to be in these streets. You do not need to be a target for people trying to make a name off of your name. So leave it right there. Exactly. That's all I got to say about that.
Because these officers now, they're going to be like, hey, I got me a celebrity, Yeah. So let me get a driver. Yeah. I guarantee you most of these companies, they would love to put your face on the company. Be like, hey, yeah, I'll drive for Marshawn Lynch.
And I'm gonna make this real clear. This is not anything against police department. Because look, even police officers don't like police officers. But let me tell you this. If you don't put yourself in that position, you don't have to worry about the consequences. It's ain't nothing against the police. I love the police. They are needed. But damn it, ain't nobody like the police. Not even the police. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to put it like this. Get a driver if you're a professional athlete or if you're any kind of athlete who can afford it. And we can all afford a $40 Uber. Ask Hunter Renfrow. That's all I got to say about that. James, we're going to turn it over to you, sir. It is the well-anticipated first time ever. One Gotta Go. The only inclination that you have given us is that it's sci-fi related with much anticipation. I think I can speak for Wes because look at that face. Doesn't that look like an anticipated face?
Yeah,
you can see the anxiety on his face.
Looks like he's waiting for something.
It looks like he's working at either a car dealership or he looks like he's working at some kind of medical facility.
It looks like how you had PE coaches and they were out and then you had a substitute coach. He looks like that guy.
Substitute PE coach?
Yeah.
Dang.
Hey, but hey, I think you should pick the order before you put it up there.
Good point. Yes, good point.
We're starting with Wes.
Oh, okay. He knew
We're going with Paul, and we're ending with me, of course.
All right,
this ain't about me. It's about you guys.
I can do some research.
All right.
I'm scared now.
Let's see if I need to do it.
Guy.
I'm gonna turn my phone this way so you can see I'm not cheating.
Wes doesn't have a device handy.
I'm sure he does.
All right.
All
right. So we're going with for today's.
Ooh, man, you've got the crowd anticipating this one.
For today's One Gotta Go. All right, drum roll.
Because James was tired of bullshit.
Tired of bullshit. Ta-ta.
Oh, I got this one already. I just saw it once. I'm like, all right, it's over.
All right. So here we got, and once compiling this list, I realized that it's just an Arnold, except for RoboCop,
okay.
of course. So here up in the top left, we got RoboCop Part 1, the original.
I'm ready to go.
We have Terminator, the original. Yeah, it was a hard one because I wanted all of these to be the original, and personally, Terminator 2: Judgment Day is my favorite. I wanted to put that in place of the original Terminator, but I went ahead and just went with all of original Part 1s. We also got Total Recall, the original, and we also have Predator Part 1. Mm-hmm. Wes, turn it over to you.
You look like a Yautja.
Man,
it's a good one. This is a good one.
This is a good,
Did I do
this is a
good?
good one.
It's pretty good.
This is a good one.
You even got the movie posters framed up right.
Yeah, it's a good one. Man, if I, just seeing it now and coming off of, just looking quickly,
Don't you do it.
it's definitely between RoboCop and Total Recall.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, sir.
It would have been really tough if you would have put Commando instead of
Ooh,
RoboCop.
that would have been if you would have replaced one of those two with Commando. Yeah, that'd be good.
But I'm gonna have to lean against RoboCop.
Bro.
The acting in RoboCop is pretty terrible, but
That's what makes it.
I don't know. It's like,
Bro.
yeah, it makes it a kind of a cult classic.
Yeah.
And I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's acting is not that great in the first place, but
He ain't talking in much of those movies except for one of them.
Into the chopper.
Go now. Go. Go to the chopper.
Get down.
But yeah, one's got to go.
So,
I'm gonna
Connor.
go with RoboCop. So
Much,
that's where I'm going.
much to my chagrin, the lack of thorough review, in my opinion, by Wes Washington gave much insight to how what age he was when these movies came out. That's what that tells me. Number one, Arnold Schwarzenegger can barely speak the English language. And then they decide, after many box office blockbuster movies, they decide to give him a heavy speaking role in the movie in which he shapeshifts multiple times. He doesn't know his reality. He has to get strapped up to a chair, multiple injections, and he's on a planet that he can't breathe. You can't breathe the air or you turn into some damn balloon. With that being said, that leads me to my final point, is that RoboCop was a generational classic that led us into the digital age from the analog age, sir. The analog age in which Wes Washington comes from. Now, with that being said, this new digitized world was not what we expected. In the movie Total Recall, which is a complete farce, should not have been remade with Colin Farrell, a.k.a. Bullseye, a.k.a. the Penguin. And Total Recall got to go forever. It should just wipe it from the history books. Get it away. Arnold Schwarzenegger in that brawl. Got to go. You better not, James. You better not pick one of those two movies on the rights.
So.
You better not.
Oh, I am.
I'm going to come out of my ever-living chair.
So, hey,
you
I
cannot.
have the floor.
You cannot pick that one.
The two on the right got to stay.
You cannot pick. I'm going to stop moving
I have the floor.
table.
There's 3 Arnolds in there.
You cannot
There's 3
pick
Arnolds
any
in
of the
there.
movies.
It's Arnold versus Arnold.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's Arnold versus the Digital Man.
I have the floor.
I'm going to throw something.
Okay. Okay. RoboCop isn't going anywhere. RoboCop and Total Recall aren't going nowhere. Those are one of my favorites of all time.
If you say it.
I know both of those movies like line for line. Me and my brother, we used to sit there and watch those movies. We know them. They're like our favorites. You know what? I really wasn't a Predator guy. It was more of my brother. He loved Predator. I would watch it, but I just wasn't really into it. He was more of the one. And Terminator, I love Terminator. Judgment Day, Part 2. I wasn't much of a fan of the first one. So therefore, I'm going to have to say Terminator has to go.
Okay.
You all right?
All right. All right. Okay. That's after that diatribe, that soliloquy, I'm going to be okay.
You can I feel like
I don't like it.
I feel like you can have Terminator 2 without Terminator 1. I feel like.
I'll be back. Come on.
Yeah, based off of today's timeline, yes. But in 1987, you didn't know who was who. And that's why you needed to introduce the character, because he couldn't talk.
Real quick on Total Carla says Total Recall gotta go, and I don't think Paul took a breath for like 2 minutes. I guess while I was talking.
Probably.
One of my favorite lines from Total Recall was he took him to like a little club. I guess it's like a strip club / just like a bar. And his driver is in there, and there's a chick that's in there, and she has 3 tits.
Yeah.
And so she pulls them out, and that dude goes, "Man, I wish I had 3 hands." And she goes, "You're doing just fine with 2, baby." It's like one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, that's where that movie's got to go.
Bro, come on, man.
That movie is ridiculous.
Come on, man. I got 5 kids to feed.
That sounds like a you problem, not a we problem. Getting back to it, Hard Knocks premieres tonight. Dan Campbell. Have y'all seen? I sent a clip into the group chat. Who watched it?
I watch it.
What did you think?
I can watch it.
It's the Lions.
Bro, you didn't tell me that exchange between Deuce McAllister
At the beginning?
the first part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't hear the shit talking.
This is what happened. I saw it because I had just got out the shower. I saw that you had messaged it, and I didn't want to get accused of not doing research. So I pressed play, and it was playing while I was like getting
so
dressed.
you didn't watch it, you just heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. Okay, look, Kyler Murray, I'm gonna need 4 hours of you. God, I get it.
Give me that Kyler money. Give me that Kyler money.
I get it, but geez, like when you watch it, it's a lot different than like it's just a lot different when you get to watch that clip. Hard Knocks premieres tonight. Last year's Hard Knocks was absolute garbage, and I think that was mainly due to the fact that Dallas didn't want them there. I really believe that just because of the way the content was delivered. But this year, from one of the Pivot podcasts that yesterday they had on one of the directors, and she was basically saying how Dan Campbell, the Ford family, has completely opened up every avenue to basically create that content and get basically never before seen interactions with coaches, with players, and how this has been some of the best access they've been given by like an NFL franchise. Wes, what's that scowl on your look for, sir?
Oh, nothing, dude. I just never been a big Hard Knocks fan.
Really?
I watched it a little bit. I probably should watch it more, but I've never been the big Hard Knocks guy. Even though I did enjoy 30 for 30. I enjoy Last Chance U. But for some reason, dude, I never watch Hard Knocks.
Do you like Michael Jackson?
Dude, stop. I don't know why. I've seen highlights here and there. I remember I used to love it when they would make fun of it on the Soup. Joe McHale would make fun of like little highlights here and there. But for some reason, dude, I've never watched Hard Knocks.
What does that have to do about Michael Jackson?
I feel like you're gonna make some kind of joke.
No, what I was gonna say was it's been leaked by many outlets that Aiden Hutchinson, the number 2 overall pick, does a rookie talent show, right? All the NFL teams do a rookie talent show. Well, his rookie talent was he performed some Michael Jackson songs to the team. And like they had to go, like this was like early on, and they had, of course, we got to get the rights, right? We know about the music rights. We got a copyright claim yesterday because I was being an ass. But yeah, so they basically got some I think Billie Jean was one, and tune in to Hard Knocks at 10 o'clock, 9 Central tonight. You can figure out the other one. But they say this has been like, they said he was good. like impressively good. So I'm going to tune in, kind of check that out. I also want to see the back and forth between these Dan Campbell led coaches because I don't know, man. You have a lot of ex-NFL players who are now coaches for the Lions. And I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm not saying they're going to be successful. But what I am going to say is I think it's going to be very entertaining, and you're going to see a lot of people go back and forth and show who they really are when they're on that gridiron. And I'm talking about the coaches mostly, not even really the players. But if y'all tune in, let me know. I'm going to be watching it tonight. Of course, I got to watch my other show tonight, which y'all know which one it is.
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Call Room. That's right. I got to shout out my show. Shout out to all the boys over there at the Duck Call Room. I love it. I enjoy it. It's because I got a beard. Y'all can kiss my ass. But, you know, it is what it is.
You make fun of me about my show.
Yeah, because it's easy to make fun of you. Because you're the best, most humblest, most down-to-earth, good-natured, kind person I've ever met in my life, Wes. Who believes that?
Are you trying to get me to be the first one to cuss?
I already cussed
Somebody cussed
like 6 times.
Uh,
Here you go.
I was about to tell you to eat a dick.
Well, guess you've had a lot of practice on it. Exactly. 26 minutes after the hour. Let's get into a quick break. I don't know what he said. What did he say? Couldn't hear. I was talking. You always talking when I'm talking.
You just made his head go sideways.
Oh, you know.
I was doing my impersonation.
Is that what it is? The only reason I bring up the head tilt is because of Russell Brand. Because he was in Mumbai. You know who tilts their head to the left and right?
Who?
People in Mumbai.
Really?
Yeah. You never heard that?
No.
When they talk? You never heard when they talk like that? You know, when Mexicans talk, we move our head back and forth too. You know when we do that? When we get pissed off. Yeah. Yeah. Talk shit too. And then, you know the brother mans, they just always tell me I'm lying. I didn't make that bit. That was from Gabriel Iglesias. He's the one who made that bit. Don't worry, Wes. I love you too.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
I guess he likes that word today. I don't know what it is. But,
I'm just saying. Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah. It's a joke, Wes. It's not real. It's not real life, bro. They're just words.
I just sometimes I don't think you consider me and James' feelings when you start talking the way you do.
Yeah, he never does.
And it hurts.
I'll tell you right now, Wes. He never does.
I don't.
It never does.
I don't.
That's messed up, dude.
He's proud of it too.
Nothing but love for you, man.
Yeah. We pray for you, man. We pray for
I
you.
appreciate that.
We pray for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, we do.
Not for the
US.
show, but we pray for you.
I appreciate that.
Well, I pray for all of you. I pray for Carla too. She ain't all there.
Listen, man, let me tell you something right now. You show some respect to our fans who are Chicago Bear fans, all right? Watch your mouth, sir. Especially when their best defender is trying to request a trade to get out of Chicago. Jeez, what are we gonna do here?
Who'd want to be there?
Well, I would think you would want to be there. I mean, he's gonna get paid $9 million next year. Wouldn't you want $9 million?
You play to win the game.
Yeah, well, they're in a rebuilding year because they fired their head coach
So
and
they're not
GM.
going to be winning anytime soon.
But Justin Fields is the truth.
Okay.
Fields, Moody, Roquan. Y'all boys better do some research. That's all I gotta say. Kyle, I know where you at. I'm just saying, I know the players. Bear down. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the last segment before we get off the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a quarterback down in New Orleans. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Jameis Winston hurt his foot. There's an opening in Seattle. There potentially is an opening in Cleveland as well. Determined when that'll be determined later on by Mr. Percy Harvey. No. Forgot his first name. Peter Harvey. That's his first name. That's the designee by Goodell, who will hand out the appeal suspension. So with that being said, there's a extra quarterback in San Francisco, and he needs a home, and he can definitely get you to where you need to be. But we know there's a quarterback problem maybe in L.A. We know there's a quarterback problem in Seattle. We know there's one in New Orleans, maybe Cleveland. Baker Mayfield is taking the helm at Carolina. He's the lead dog right now. So Sam Darnold, Jimmy Garoppolo, where does Jimmy land? What's the most plausible location for Jimmy to go in to be a very expensive insurance policy? And for me, I think it's the NO. I think it's New Orleans. Just because of what Jameis, that team, especially on the defense, is built for a Super Bowl run. The weapons they got with Olave, with Michael Thomas coming back, with their running game not as great as where it could have been. But listen, man, if they have a quarterback who can just let them manage a game, I like Jimmy in New Orleans, especially. He's going to be expensive. You don't got to pay him his contract. You just use him for 1 year and then let him go test free agency. I think this is the only other logical place makes real sense. I'm going to throw it to Wes, and I'm going to let him give that place because I think I have the location in mind somewhere in Ohio. Wes?
Oh, no, I wasn't going there. If Jimmy doesn't end up in New Orleans, I think he would be better in Seattle just because he knows the conference. He's been there for the last few years. So he kind of knows the conference. But then again, like you said, teams don't do that stuff inside of the division.
Yeah, that's hard.
The first place for Jimmy would be New Orleans because nobody wants to go to Cleveland. If I'm Jimmy, the last thing I want to do is go to Cleveland. Just because it's Cleveland.
Don't you think Cleveland's more Super Bowl ready to run than New Orleans is right now? You kind of have to think. I know Kareem Hunt's asking for a new contract. Nick Chubb was second in rushing last year. They have Amari Cooper. The only saving grace really for them is their defense. The offensive line is great, but the defense, I think, for Cleveland, all they need is someone to hand the ball off and throw to the tight end and throw to Amari on a post every now and then. They don't need a lot. Chubb can take a lot of that burden off. And Njoku's back. I mean, there's a lot of pieces in Cleveland, but I get it. The stigma of Cleveland, Ohio is resonating in the decision that you would have to kind of want to go there. But wouldn't it make sense to go take another team on a Super Bowl run like Cleveland as Jimmy Garoppolo? And when you go to the negotiating table, you can basically say, look, out of the 3 of the last 4 years, I've taken a team to the Super Bowl or on the brink of a Super Bowl.
But Cleveland, they have Jacoby Brissett. You gotta wait and see what happens with Deshaun. So I can't see him ending up in Cleveland right now until something else happens. We find out what happens with Deshaun.
Brissett or Jacoby?
Huh? You just said the same person.
I'm sorry, Brissett or Jimmy?
Right now, if you're Cleveland, you got to go with Brissett because you don't know what's going on with Deshaun. So why waste your time with Jimmy? And I think Jimmy's got to think it the same way. If I'm Jimmy, I don't want to come into Cleveland not knowing if I'm going to be the starter. I think if he goes into New Orleans, I know he's going to be the starter. He's definitely better than both of the guys there. And you're talking about Jameis and Andy Dalton. Ugh, gross. But I just think if some kind of way he gets Seattle, I think that'd be a good fit for him in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm looking up the cap number right now, or I'm looking up the salary number right now for Jacoby, and it's $3 million. No, it's 4.5. Sorry, it's 4.5 million compared to.
So you're talking Are you talking about a trade? Cleveland trade
No,
Jacoby for Jimmy?
no.
I mean, is that possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Anything is possible. I mean,
Well,
any deal can get done.
if I'm San Francisco, I would make that trade if it doesn't really cost that much. Just because I think Jacoby is a good backup for Trey Lance. You know, can kind of do similar things. Strong arm, can run.
Yeah, what's
So
crazy is that number for they can move the cap around, but right now the cap hit for Jimmy is 26.95 million. Deshaun's not even making that this year. Deshaun's making
But-
like I don't think he doesn't start make money until next year. I want to say let me look at
you
let
know-
me see Deshaun's contract. real
you
quick.
know, Roger wants him out. For
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
he
season,
wants
so, I
he
mean,
wants a year.
Yeah. So, but if you're talking about a trade in Cleveland where you send Jacoby to San Fran and you take Jimmy to Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
I think you would do that because I don't think Jacoby has a problem sitting behind the new kid because I think he probably thinks he's gonna get a shot anyway at one point. But I think if you just send Jimmy with percent there, I don't like that matchup because if I'm Jimmy, he's like, I want to go somewhere where I know I'm going to be a starter. I think I don't know if he gets that start. I know if he goes to New Orleans, he outplays both those guys in New Orleans.
Well, right now Cleveland has 48.4 million in cap space. And if you move, that's with Jacoby and that's with Deshaun. Deshaun's cap number is like 9.6 million. So he's not getting paid anything. Jimmy's is going to be the big number. Jimmy's is like almost 27. So if you trade Garoppolo, you're going to need to trade Garoppolo and Cleveland's going to have to give up. Oh no, San Francisco would have to give up picks because they're going to take on the bigger contract. Yeah, I say Garoppolo and a fifth for Jacoby just to offload that contract.
Yeah.
And then let
Why not?
Deshaun
San
sitting.
Francisco's ready now.
Yeah, that's right. And Jacoby would just be a backup, and Deshaun and Jimmy would be a better fit for Cleveland if they throw the book at Deshaun and he's out for 12 or more games.
Yeah.
I think that would make a lot of sense. And their
like
cap
that
hit's going to hurt, but who cares? What are they going to lose for Jacoby? 4 million in cap space or dead cap? That ain't going to matter.
I like that situation. But also,
I like
New
Jimmy.
Orleans.
Yeah, I like Jimmy to the NO, man. I don't know why. I just think he fits in that culture better. I think he's kind of like, I don't know. He's a weird kind of dude, and it's a weird kind of town.
You ever
if
been over there,
I'm
Paul? No.
say
Yeah.
Seattle or New Orleans, I think I also go after Donald,
Who is that?
Sam Donald.
Who should go after him?
I would lean more towards Seattle
Yeah, I agree.
because once again, you can't move a guy in your division from what you tell me, so he can't go to New Orleans. But that's the way I would lean. I mean, because if you look at that division, you got Tom Brady, and then what do you have at quarterback in that division?
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah,
Because Marcus and Baker ain't talking about nothing.
yeah. I mean, so you got who's starting in Atlanta?
Marcus Mariota ain't talking about nothing.
And so you got Tom, Marcus,
Baker,
and Andy Dalton,
right?
and then Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Tom, and then your second best quarterback
It was Baker.
in that division, maybe Baker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's almost as bad as the NFC East.
But here's the thing you got to know
That
about.
might be worse.
Here's the
actually.
thing you got to know about New Orleans, though. Defense for New Orleans has Tom's number. All they got to do is score points, and that's what I'm saying. Jimmy is a better option. Jimmy's as good. I think a manager is as Jameis Winston, but Jimmy don't have the long ball like Jameis does. But Jameis throws into Jameis doesn't got the accuracy I think Jimmy has.
Jimmy goes in that division. He's definitely the second best quarterback in that division.
100%. As long as 100%.
So I mean, yeah, I think he would. But even if he goes up there to the AFC, what is it, AFC North?
Yeah.
Or AFC what?
AFC North.
What
North.
He might be the second best quarterback there. I mean, unless Deshaun plays.
There's no way, man.
Who do you have?
Lamar,
you got Joe Burrow.
Lamar and Joe Burrow.
Okay. You're right. I guess he's third then.
Yeah,
He'd be
easy.
Third. If he goes, if some kind of way he stays out west in the NFC, he's basically what?
He's fourth.
Really?
I think Kyler is better than Kyler and Trey is better
I
than.
love Kyler Murray, but yet still,
when he's healthy, bro, and that's the thing about these quarterbacks. These small quarterbacks, they get dinged up, and it's like 5 games in, 5 weeks, they get dinged up, and then they ain't the same.
Well, that factors in how good you are.
Right. The best ability is availability, 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, another thing, like you're. Sorry.
What's wrong?
I just saw the Rangers Astros score, and the Rangers were up, and now all of a sudden they just gave up 6 runs. Anyway, my thing with Kyler Murray, and especially after he won and got all this money, I kind of see a down year coming from Kyler Murray.
That's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. That's not at all.
I don't know why. I just see it. I see a down year coming from him. Just a feeling. So, and still, because I think you got what's his name leaving that division.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Okay. So,
I think it may not be as bad of hit. Stafford's still up in the air. So what are you gonna do there? If you got to start the season out Stafford and with the Rams, what are you gonna do?
If Stafford's out with the Rams, they got a 3-year veteran who has experience with the offense, but does not have experience with that kind of like limelight. That's gonna be a big deal. But I don't think there's gonna be a problem with Stafford. I think the biggest issues right now is New Orleans and Seattle need to figure out their quarterback. And I think the easiest things to do is Sam Darnold needs to get traded to Seattle, and New Orleans needs to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo to go down south. That's what I think needs to happen. Then that would kind of balance things out for this year.
Do you have a third backup that maybe people might go after?
Good question. Jordan Love. Yeah, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But
you said a third backup.
I'm just saying, do you have I haven't seen him do much. James, what do you think about Jordan Love?
That's as much as he thinks. Let me tell y'all this, and I'm going to be West on this one. I'm going to take it 35 West. There's a team that needs a backup, and they don't have one. They haven't had one for 2 years. And it is.
They might need a starter.
And they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. That's all I got to say. Is they need a quarterback. Aaron. Man, I want Aaron to go to Dallas so bad. So bad. I want Jerry to open up his $200 million, 4 years, $200 million, or 3 years, $200 million, fully guaranteed. Bring in Sean Payton. And then I'm just gonna sit back and just watch. They need to do it like the that is a pipe dream.
Right.
I'm glad you recognize it as
yeah.
I'm glad you recognize it as that.
But if it came to fruition, boy, I'm gonna talk like I never talked before.
I take my 2-week vacation.
That's fine. We'll replace you. That's fine.
I just said they did it like the NBA. Bring Aaron in. Michael Thomas is unhappy. He comes into Dallas, and then you get boy out of Chicago.
I think Michael's damaged goods.
maybe he has one good year left in him.
Okay, Marquise
Maybe.
Colston. Look over here,
I'm
Marquise
just
Colston.
saying. I'm just saying, if he has maybe one good year left in him, he's opposite CD. Maybe you get Gallup back.
You've been watching Keyshawn, haven't you? You've been watching Keyshawn in the morning. Look at
But I'm
you.
just saying, you add what's his name?
Who? What's
From Chicago.
the linebacker?
Yeah.
Roquan
And then
Smith.
you have Roquan, you got Barr, you got Parsons.
Bro, Bar ain't nothing, bro. Bar is washed.
Hey,
He's washed.
but when when you got a guy that's a veteran that's good, you put him with other good guys.
Ain't got no
It
blame.
changes the way things are. It changes the way people attack things. It changes the way people think.
Why didn't we give that money? Why didn't we give more money to Von Miller? Why not that? He got 2 rings. It would have made a whole lot more sense to bring in an edge rusher who could be an every third down presence
You know what?
and problem for a defense or for an offense. And he's got the hardware.
Why we even wishful thinking? It's a waste of time.
I get it, but the dude did say, Von Miller did say he wasn't asking for a lot of money, but he was asking for more than what they were offering. And all I'm saying is give the man 9 figures and let's go to work. I'm just saying. He's got 2 rings. One he got on his own because Peyton Manning was washed.
Now that you bring that up, you just ruined it. I don't even want to think like that anymore because that was stupid by the Cowboys.
It was stupid.
We
They got a
Bobby
shot though.
Carpenter too.
They got a shot to fix it.
Carpenter. We passed on Bobby.
What?
Seattle. We passed on the guy from Seattle.
Bobby Wagner? That's
Wagner.
another one. That's
Yeah.
another one, Wash. That was a stupid move. But Jerry has a way to fix it. And there's one way and there's one player out there that could fix it. And he's got a ring. And I know you want him.
Give it up already.
I know you want him.
Give it up.
Because whoever wins that receiver is gonna be in a good place. I mean, I hope he goes. But who am I talking about?
I mean, I thought you were talking about Aaron Rodgers, like you were talking about a while ago.
No. I'm talking about a wide receiver.
Oh, wide receiver?
Yeah.
To where, the Cowboys?
He could go. He would fit in Dallas and Green Bay, instantly. He'd be cute. He'd be a wide receiver 1 in Green Bay, and he'd be a WR2 in Dallas.
Help me out, Wes.
He won a ring, guys. Come on.
Pause it. Are you all right, Wes?
He likes to fight with nets.
Like he's glitched.
When is he
OBJ.
available? When is he available?
Doesn't matter. He's gonna be available in the middle of the year when you're trying to make a playoff push. That's when he's gonna be available.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you can get him to play this year, why not take a chance? I mean, but how much money you got to spend to get him?
Does it matter? Jerry's got $20 million under the cap. Pay him a 1-year deal, $15 million, and let's go win a championship.
I mean, Jerry's that's somebody Jerry would go after.
You damn right it is.
He would go do something like that.
You damn right it is. That's all I gotta say.
Me, I don't know if I go do it.
Man, because you losing. That's why. All right, fellas, let's get off the reservation a little bit. Let's get off the rails. Let's get a little crazy. It's only 9:00, James. Don't worry. Your bedtime ain't here yet. Before we do that, who's got the biggest news of the week so far?
This week?
Yeah, who's got the biggest news?
In what category?
Anything.
I guess your boy.
Oh, you want to take it into politics? All right.
Your boy Donnie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still trending.
Uncle Don got raided at Mar-a-Lago. He wasn't there. Old Uncle D. Is that what you call him, Wes?
That's for next week's Dark Side show.
Oh, yeah? Apparently they didn't find anything.
I got my conservative buddy coming on.
Yeah, your conservative buddies need to be challenged. I think they're a whole load of shit.
All right.
I don't know. That's just me, though. I think I got a big head. I do have a big head.
Yeah,
Figuratively and literally. It's all right, though.
Other big news: Serena Williams said she plans to
Retire.
retire from walk away is a word she used. Retire from tennis.
Dude, she married a billionaire. Yeah.
She's put her time in.
Oh no, she's dominated the sport.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like you got a family now. You married a billionaire. Like money is not the problem. Like you dominated the sport.
I don't think she was playing for money. Obviously,
What I'm saying is that when you're financially
amazing.
when you're financially secure, life has opportunities that you don't need to worry about.
What else does she
she
have?
was
to prove?
already financially secure. She didn't need this dude to be financially secure.
I don't know what else she has left to prove.
Right. I
out
don't
there
think she has
on
anything
the
to prove.
tennis court.
I'm just. Are you really? I mean, come on. Are you saying that Serena needed this dude for money? No, come on. She's the greatest tennis player of all time. She has endorsements. She's set. No, what?
What's the difference between 1,000,000 seconds and 1,000,000,000 seconds, Wes?
What I'm saying is
30 years. That's the difference. Think about that in dollars. Not 30.
what I'm.
What 30, there's 1,000,000,000 seconds is 30 years. 1,000,000
What I'm
seconds is
saying
like
is
12
Serena played the game because she loved it. She's quitting because she can't play the game at the level
Sure.
she
Yeah.
wants to play.
Sure. That's
It has
not my
nothing to-
point.
It has nothing to do with money.
All right. My point was that she's in a point in her life where she can enjoy her lifestyle. That's all I'm trying to say.
She could have been doing that already, but she's set.
I don't think you understand what I guess you don't understand, but okay. Okay, here's a way to understand it. So let's just say Serena's career alone, without being married to a billionaire, is the lifestyle you have, right? And then married to a billionaire is a lifestyle of someone who's a multimillionaire. That's what I'm talking about. There's a difference. You have a great, comfortable life, right? But if you're a multimillionaire, you have a great, comfortable life, and you have different places you can go, multiple properties, multiple resources, multiple contacts, multiple networks. That's the difference. That's all I'm saying. Do you see it now?
Saying, I hear what you're saying. Yes, she has more money, but I just think that she was already in that lifestyle. She already had more money than she could ever spend.
All right. I don't think I'll be able to change your mind on it. That's fine.
I think between her endorsements and everything, Serena had great endorsements, dude.
Okay.
She definitely made more money off her endorsements than probably playing tennis. But because you gotta remember, dude, her and Venus fought for them to get.
How much do you think? What do you think Serena Williams' net worth is? What do you think?
Oh shit!
What do you think? The most dominant women's tennis player that has ever lived.
20 mil.
More. 10x it.
Huh?
10x that.
But what's our figure?
$250 million. LeBron James is still playing and he's a billionaire. Tiger Woods is a billionaire and has been playing for 25 years. The point is that there's a difference between a multimillionaire and a billionaire. There's a big difference, bro. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right.
What did you find, James? You're on mute.
It's saying that her husband's net worth is 70 mil.
No.
He's a Reddit co-founder.
Reddit?
He say 70 mil?
40.
40 mil. Not billion. 40 million. Whoa. Uh-oh. Paul.
They said it says over here, it says Reddit is worth billions, but he is not a billionaire. As of 2022, his net worth is likely to be around 80 million, is what this site says.
What's the website?
Essentiallysports.com.
Essentially Sports. Okay.
But
Does he have any
I
endorsements?
have going through Google, I have not encountered anything saying that he's a billionaire. All the other estimates are saying 40 mil, 70 mil, 80 mil.
Probably. Yeah. Reddit is valued as $3 billion. Okay. You're a co-founder. You're only worth 70. Your company's worth $3 billion. All right.
So obviously he's the one. She's the breadwinner.
Okay. She's a breadwinner.
So then my point makes more sense now, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it does. Because
Okay.
you were saying
It does.
because she married him, she feels more financially stable. But really, she was the one making money, so it had nothing to do with that.
So it says that he co-founded Reddit in 2005 alongside two other guys and sold the company a year later for 10 million. And today it is valued, or last year it was valued at 10 billion.
So he sold it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you're right, Wes.
A year later than whenever they founded it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how beaming he is. You're beaming. You're such a wonderful beamer.
Beamer. That should be your next car.
Yeah. I hear they break a lot.
No. I would never drive a Beamer.
Why not?
It wouldn't fit.
It's just not my style. I'm more of a Cadillac Lincoln guy.
Dirk would be happy. Aren't those German cars BMW?
I think so.
You've been licking the seat.
Dude, stop it. Stop it with the
Dirk.
Dirk
It smells
thing,
like dirt.
man. Dirk was Dirk, man. But come on, it ain't like that. Y'all tripping.
Pop stripping.
Am I?
Look at Paul. He's still looking it up.
No, I'm actually not. I was looking at somebody who's a TikToker who quit her life and now she's making $4,000 a month living in a van, making TikToks.
We're over here giving our time and effort to the show, and he's over here looking at TikToks.
No, I just looked at the headlines. That's all. I'm just looking at headlines.
That's how I always feel.
Oh, damn.
That's how you always feel?
Yeah, I feel like you don't pay attention to me.
I would if you made sense.
I just made sense. I just proved you wrong.
You did. You made sense. You're right.
He's basking in it.
Oh, yeah.
But pretty much about 85% of the time I'm right.
You are correct.
I think it's the
You
first
just don't
time
like
ever.
to admit it.
That's the first time?
Oh, I'd be happy to admit it.
I'm not.
This isn't like I'm not keeping score of here.
James, stop playing. You know, most of the time I'm right.
Okay.
Hey, I just produce, man. I don't have an opinion.
Just
You
saying.
should have an opinion.
I do, but
Who won the picks last year? NFL.
You did.
this year, you don't even know. You're just saying that.
Oh, I just want him to feel good about himself. That's all.
This year,
mean?
we're totally keeping track. This year,
I just wanted him to feel good about himself. That's
we're
all.
gonna have an end of the year pick champion and all that.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll do the first quarter of the game you pick. So James, you pick a game for this weekend. I'll pick a game, and Wes, you pick a game. And then whoever wins the first quarter of each game, we'll keep score. Like let's say me and you win the first quarter of the game you pick. And then you and Wes win the first quarter of the game I pick. And then me and you win the first quarter of the game Wes picks. So then we would be tied, right?
Like wins, like
just the quarter. Whoever has the most points for the quarter. Like you pick that team, but you have to pick the team. You have to pick the game. Does that make sense?
And we're doing preseason.
Yeah, we're only going to do the first quarter because that's the only thing that makes sense. This will be practice for keeping score for the regular season. All right, Wes, I'm going to read the games, and then you pick the one you want to choose. Giants, Patriots, Titans, Ravens, Falcons, Lions, Browns, Jaguars, Cardinals, Bengals, Jets, Eagles, Packers, Niners, Saints, Texans, Chiefs, Bears, Panthers, Commanders, Colts, Bills, Seahawks, Steelers, Dolphins, Buccaneers, Cowboys, Broncos, Rams, Chargers, or Vikings, Raiders.
Who are the Texans playing?
The Saints.
I'm taking the Saints.
No. You pick the game first, and then we'll take your winners. So you want to pick that game, Saints Texans?
Yeah.
All right, James, what's the game you want to pick?
Packers Niners.
Okay, Packers Niners. Okay, I'll pick Colts Bills. All right. Now for the game Wes picked, he picked the Saints over the Texans in the first quarter. What do you pick?
Saints over Texans. Of course, the Packers over the Niners.
No, bro. We each pick a team for each game.
It's preseason. Why are you twisting my brain,
because
man?
we want to have some fun here.
Okay.
I want to talk some
I
shit.
got Saints also.
I want Wes to feel good about himself. I'm picking the Texans in that game. Okay, now we're going to James's game. 49ers and Green Bay. James, who do you like? This is just the first quarter.
I'm going to take the 40 Packers, the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, Packers. I'm going to take the 49ers in the first quarter. Wes.
49ers.
In the first quarter. Okay, now we're going to my game. Colts, Bills. I'm going to take the Bills in the first quarter. Wes, who do you like?
I like the Colts.
All right, James. Colts, Bills. First quarter.
I'm going to take the Bills as well.
All right.
Wes took the Colts.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can repeat it if you need it.
I need it all repeated.
Okay,
except
so
for the Colts and Bills.
so the Saints. Wes took the Saints. You took the Saints, and I took the Texans. And then you took the Packers. Wes took the Niners, and I took the Niners. And then I took the Bills. Wes, you took the Colts,
Yeah, he did.
and then you took the Colts.
So you're the only one that took the Texans on the Saints.
And I'm the only one who took the Bills from the Colts.
Okay.
And this will be only the first quarter, and then we'll see how we matched up for next week. Anything before we get out of here? This has been a short show.
It's all good because season 14 or 15 of Apex Legends came out today.
Nerd.
Fuck it, dude.
I am gonna need your help. Hey, so when you stream online,
Don't get me started.
when you stream, do you have to use your computer?
Yes.
Really?
If you want a good stream, you have
Right.
to use your computer.
So how do you play the video game?
You get what's called a capture card. So the
Okay.
capture card takes your console picture and your audio, sends it to your computer,
Okay.
and also it sends one to your computer, one to your monitor or your TV, whatever you're playing on. Most likely it's going to be a monitor.
Right.
And then you also have another one that's projected onto your software. Dude, if I didn't have my buddy JD Gaming, shout out to him.
Okay, because I was gonna ask you, how the hell did you figure all that out?
Well, I looked it all up on YouTube. I drove myself to the brink of insanity, and I hit him up, and he let me borrow his capture card. And he was like, "I got one," because I didn't know which one to buy, and they're pretty expensive. Wow, that thing was leaning pretty good. So he let me borrow his, and he was like, "See if you like it, whatever." So I borrowed it, and I was like, "Yeah." And I feel like he's gonna fall, but yeah. So it's I don't know what's up, but I haven't been able to stream because it's like real choppy. I've tried to, and I usually every season that comes out, which was about like every 4 months or so, 3 months, I usually stream like the first week or so. But I just like to sit down and just have a good time, not worry about, because I get like real worked up with all of this. Oh, man,
So
dude,
when you
it's so
like
much.
let's say I was playing a video game, right? And I had it all set up, you did it. And then I wanted to play against Wes. Could we both be on like a mic? And they could they probably couldn't see Wes, but they could hear him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it's just taking that image of the screen and the audio and then putting it through the software
Yeah. It
in a very remedial description.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. You could always do it too. Like if you're not looking to like stream live, you can always. I mean, of course, it's always pre-recorded is always easier because you can screen. You can take your camera, record yourself, and then put it in a little box, fit it real nice, and then you can also take your game footage with the sound and place it on top like a layer.
So we could like easily. So could you be on like a third mic? Like, could you be
I'm
remote?
Here hanging out
remoted?
with you?
Remote?
We can use the. No, remote? No.
Oh, it wouldn't be remote.
No.
Because what I was saying is like we could get on the mics and then like we could just talk shit to each other while playing a game. And like if I'm beating Wes's ass, I could talk shit to him, or if he's beating my ass, he could talk shit to me.
We can do that.
Then you can be the referee.
I'd have to show up over here.
Oh, I don't want that.
Motherfucker. God damn. You're over here enough during the week.
I'm just kidding. Man, dude, me doing these shows keeps me sane, okay? You're like the only person I talk to. Wes, you're the second person I talk to. I don't really talk to any other humans during the day. So, like, it's very refreshing, and I hate using that stupid-ass word. But, yes, it is
refreshing?
It's cathartic. No, cathartic is the word.
What's the difference?
Nothing. It's just fancy. But, yeah, it's a very uplifting feeling. So, I appreciate y'all's time. Even if we agree to disagree, Wes, or James has to say, fair enough.
Cathartic, providing psychological relief through the open expression of strong emotions. Oh, there you go.
Oh, we're still on the air, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, bro. Did you have a dreamland moment? He's like, what are these words we're talking about?
Why am I staring at my phone?
Yeah, bro.
Since I kept it good.
Since you're on that vibe, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Oh, just everybody love everybody. You miss anybody, tell them you love them.
Do you love me? James, go.
Yeah, tune in to I think Darkside's taking a break this week. So make sure if you watch the show, you hit a like and subscribe on the thing. And we're working on getting our Spotify back up. In case you can't tune in to the YouTube, you can always check us out on Spotify on your drive home or your drive to work.
Everybody, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Give us a like and subscribe. Share this with the people if you think it's fun. We do kind of get a little out of hand at times, but we do love. It's all a one family over here. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Enjoy the week. Why don't you give a shout out to your special appearance Friday, James?
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna get myself. So
give the boys a little shout out.
Friday, I'm gonna be producing a show with Pops and Shots podcast. It's their 100th episode. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. Yeah, it's a long race coming. I was thinking about it earlier at work. Looking forward to it. We're gonna have a good time. They're gonna be doing a shots for donations type deal, but it's not gonna be like as hardcore as we've done it as well. Obviously, because
not
it's
on
not
this show.
Us. Yeah, Dark Side. But go look for Pops and Shots on Facebook, and that's where you can watch the live feed at. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As usual, everybody, appreciate y'all watching. As always, love yourself and love your neighbor. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next Monday.